Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video and happy new year. And in today's video, we're gonna take a step back and think about work because we started the new year. So in this year, we're gonna talk about job simulators. Sounds fun. So let's get into the video. Hi and welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Vasharal and this is Telplay, and it has been a while since I posted. I know I've been taking a break. I well needed that break because I enjoyed my time and I managed to do a couple of things which are gonna help me out in future videos. But today I want to talk about a couple of games that I found that are really interesting that are simulating jobs. Some of them are a little bit better than others. Some of them are coming in the next couple of days. Some of them are from last year. Because we're still January, there's still a lot of companies and developers who are working on some of the games that we didn't even manage to talk about, and I love playing a couple of simulators. So I thought about sharing them with you because I thought that why not? Maybe you want to look for something more casual, much more relaxing, and maybe it's something similar to something that you might want to do, like a job, or maybe you thought about it and whatnot, but still bring that gamify elements that make every single simulator fun. Of course, there's a couple of them that I want to give an honorable mention, such as Power Wash Simulator, which has been crushing it for many years, but we're not going to talk about Power Wash Simulator, although it's an honorable mention and it's worth picking up if you're taking this whole list of games that I talked about today and going for that. So let's get into the list. So the first game is called a Ranch Simulator, and it's all about managing and attending your ranch. Here you hunt, farm, trade, and as well build your ranch. So that's the main focus of the game, and of course you can play this game multiplayer or single player if you prefer to. I personally like to play this kind of games single player, take my time, enjoy it, but sure, this is a fun game if you want to play with your friends. Currently it's very positive on Steam. It's one of the best games that you can pick up on Steam when it comes to farming and building and attending and all this simulation. And if you ever wanted to be a farmer where you would attend your ranch, this is definitely a great game to play. It has those elements that are much more realistic, so there's a great emphasis on that. So if you liked Farm Simulator or similar games like that, this type of game is just that. It combines that with other elements like hunting and trading and stuff like that, which is great. I don't know much about the game itself. I've not played it, but I'm definitely curious in this game, and I personally wishlisted after doing my research and finding out about this game. So I thought it's really cool. So if you're interested in picking this game up, it runs for roughly about 20 bucks, maybe $25 if you're from US, and if you're from Europe, it's roughly about 20 euros. And yeah, I definitely think it's worth checking this game out. It came in November of 2023 and it has been developed by Toxic Dog and published by Excalibur Games. So really cool, and I think the game is worth checking out. And let's move on to the next game. Continuing the trend on the farming aspect, we're gonna talk about Farmer's Life, which is mainly focused on farming. It has a lot of comedy and whatnot, and it is a well flushed out game when it comes to farming. There's a lot of things to experience over here. Of course, you're tending your farm, you're riding pigs and whatnot, you're playing a lot with other animals that they are helping you out to clear the land and do whatever you want. Of course, you're building up your farm and you do trading as well. It is a sandbox kind of game, and honestly it is probably very much overlooked by other games as well. It does have hunting just as much as the other game, and probably the main problem with the game is the fact that some people might overlook it because of its graphics. But the game came out in 2023 in October, and it it's fully released. If I remember right, they had an early access phase, so probably that was the whole problem with the game. But overall, is very positive on Steam with roughly around 1,400 reviews, and it's developed by FreeMind SA and published by Playways SA and FreeMind SA. So there was some sort of double publishing, probably based on the region. You also have a couple of ways of commuting, which is really cool. Wildlife is really interesting and well fleshed out. So very, very cool. And I think it's an underrated farming and simulator game. So if you want to be a farmer more particularly, just like the other game that I talk about, I think it's really, really cool. I know some of you who are watching this channel have been really, really supportive on the farming games. So there you have it, another farming game that is worth checking out. You also have fishing, so that's also a nice thing, and other elements. So there's a lot of things that you can do. So being a farmer doesn't mean that you're only attending crops. The game is fairly cheap if you think about it. It's going for 16 pounds. That's roughly $20 or 20 euro. I think dollars and euros are fairly similar. Dollar is a little bit smaller than the euro, but yeah, when I talk about that, hopefully that makes sense. So really, really cool. That being said, let's move on to the next game. Okay, so I promise that's all for farming for now. Let's talk about the next game, which is Beer Factory. Beer Factory is a business simulation and a management game. So if you like that kind of thing, there's something out there for you. So if you like as well beer and you want to know how beer is made and all that, this is great because you can play this game, and I think it's really cool. It has been as a demo and it has been quite well received. I think the prologue, sorry, not demo, and it has been quite well received, and currently it just came out today as I'm recording on the 10th of January 2024, and the game is fairly doing well. Currently it doesn't have that many audience yet to pick up this game, but I thought that it is definitely worth checking this game out. You look after a factory, you manage pretty much everything when it comes to pallets and movement and decoration and how you place things. And when I say about decoration, I mean factory decoration and whatnot. You change the color of however you want everything to look like, and arrange things in such a way that you have production working. You also have to deal with AI in this case, and from what I got from the reviews that are coming from other people online is the fact that AI still needs a little bit of tweaking, but overall the game is fun to play and is worth checking out. So yeah, if you've been interested in managing a factory, maybe not play Factorio, which is a great game if you ask me, or Satisfactory, and you wanted something that is more realistic, let's put it like that, then definitely picking this game out, it's a must. I personally am not a big drinker, but if you do enjoy drinking, please drink responsibly while you're playing this game. Before we move on, I would like to ask you, if you're enjoying this kind of video, you can support me by giving me a thumbs up. And as well, I'm always having problems saying us because I'm used to talking about us as me and Armea, but yes, you will support this channel greatly. And if you're new to the channel or have been a reoccurring viewer and haven't decided that you want to subscribe, maybe now it's a great time to do so. All you have to do is click that subscribe button and turn on the post notification so that you're gonna be notified every time we post something new. Again, I said we, I mean by me. So yes. So that being said, let's get back into the list, which is Contraband Police. Yes, this is a game that hasn't been getting enough attention and love because obviously is kind of niche based if you think about it, and you play as a contraband police officer where you check every single document that is coming in and out, and as well you're making sure that the vehicles are being well checked. And this whole happens during the 1981, and you play as a young officer trainee and you assist work at the border, as I said, and you're trying to figure out, you know, what's going on. You have the possibility to let people in and out, and yeah, it's pretty fun. It has a lot of potential. Of course, besides checking out to see if there's anything illegal, you can as well use your skills and abilities to fight bad guys using weapons, grenades, and there's a lot of fun and really interesting ways to play this game. So I thought that a lot of people have been mentioning it on streams and other things like that, and I think it's definitely worth picking this game out if you enjoy this kind of games. It's a job after all, and somebody has to do it, and it's a really well made game for what it is. So yes, that's Contraband Police for you. If you like this kind of games, there's plenty of other simulator games that you can play as a police officer, as a firefighter, but this is the game for you. It's very positive on Steam with 11,500 reviews, and it is developed by Crazy Rocks and published by Playways SA. Right, so the next game that I'm gonna talk about is called House Flipper 2. It is the sequel of the famous House Flipper game where you basically buy a house, refurbish it, sell it, and pretty much that is kind of the main plot of the game. I've not played it, but I do own the game. I own the first one, and I'm planning to actually play it at some point. I do like this kind of games, and if you're more inclined towards architecture or design and you like to design your houses however you like, this definitely offers you the possibility to do the interiors and a little bit of exteriors, and there's visual improvements overall of how the games look like. Obviously the settings are different, the things that you can do, building up houses and building up areas and mini structures and stuff like that, and decorating the house however you like, and of course dealing with all those problems that you have when you're buying a house that it hasn't been refurbished. There's a lot of cleaning to do, so it's not an easy job, but it's definitely a fun thing to do, and it's very well thought out for a game like this. So yeah, definitely if you haven't played the first one and you just want to go and grab something more recent, you can definitely do so. House Flipper 2 is out now since December the 14th, 2023, and has been developed by the same, I believe, Frozen District and Empyrean, hopefully I said that right, and published by Frozen District and Playway SA. Funny enough, the publishers are not sponsoring me by any way, but it seems like a lot of the publishers who are making these simulation games are Playway. So good for them. Well done, guys. Your work is well appreciated. Lastly, I want to mention one game that is very dear to my heart, and that is PC Builder Simulator 2. This is the sequel as well of the PC Builder Simulator. If you're loving the job of building your PC and whatnot, this is definitely a very good game to pick up. It's unfortunately only for the moment locked for Epic Games, so if you want to play this game, you can only do so over there, but it's definitely worth checking this game out. It's fairly good, well received, and a lot of people like this kind of games where you get to build your PC and manage your PC gaming space, and it's great for gamers like ourselves. I like to build my own PC, I build my own PC, but overall it can be sometimes quite frustrating. So doing this in a space where you don't get to mess up or destroy anything except a couple of pixels, it's quite great. So definitely check this game out. It has been out since 2022, and I don't think it's talked enough, and I think a lot of people who are watching this and are being on Steam or other platforms maybe haven't heard enough about this game, so it's definitely worth checking out. If not, if you don't want to play this one and you're a Steam kind of guy, because I know there's some of you out there that, oh, I will wait for the Steam version. I am one myself. You can definitely play the first one. It's very good. It has a couple of DLCs that you can pick them from. There were a couple of bundles as well a few months ago through Humble Bundle, and it contained a lot of PC parts that from companies that were worth picking up, and it was really fun. And that game was back in 2019. It has been very positive on Steam with almost 40,000 reviews. So yeah, you know exactly that you're gonna go in good hands when you have that kind of experience. And even if you have no experience in building your own PCs, you can definitely learn a couple of things because the game is very user-friendly, teaching you all the steps on the way, what you need to change, and eventually as you pick up, you'll figure out yourself. And it's really cool to work with different cases, different kind of processors, different kind of RAMs, different kinds of motherboards, and different kinds of GPUs. A loved it. And if you are the tinkering type and you like to do this kind of stuff, this is definitely a game that you wanna pick. As before, I'm gonna give an honorable mention for a game that picked up my radar. This game has been out for a while, since 2021. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna mention it because it's finally coming out of early access and you can fully play it without having any kind of issues. It has been very well received on Steam, and I thought, you know what, it's definitely worth checking this game out. So that game is House Builder, and yes, it is a bonus game because of the fact that it came in 2021. It's not too far away, but it has been in early access ever since. And the reason why I mention it is because the full release is coming this 15th of January, so it's definitely worth checking this game out. So what this game is all about is very simple. You build houses in all kind of periods of time, however you like, and it gives you that freedom to do however you want the houses, based on the objectives that you have. And I thought it's worth picking this game out or checking it out. Or if you're into building houses, you're an architect, you love architecture, or maybe you're a civil engineer or anything like that, you can get your hands, let's say, dirty by just getting into this game and trying out a couple of things. And you have the creative freedom to do the houses, as I said, however you like. And what's really cool, based on each period you will have different kind of tools however you're gonna build, and it's super fun. And you also have the possibility to bulldoze stuff, so if you don't like something, take it down, stuff like that. So really cool. You also will be doing other chores in the game that require labor work, survival, and whatnot, so be careful when it comes to that kind of thing. So yeah, you definitely get a lot of things from this game, and I think it's worth picking up. It is developed by FreeMind SA and published by Playway SA and FreeMind SA, so the same developers and publishers who made House Flipper. So I thought that it's worth mentioning out since it's coming fully, and it is very positive on Steam with 1,500, almost 1,600 reviews, and I think it's definitely worth picking this game up if you are into this kind of stuff. So that's all that I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about the list? Has there been any of the games on this list that have been interesting you? If so, you can very easily wishlist it, or if you find a great deal, you can definitely do so. Remember that wishlisting the game helps the developers a lot, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that they will appreciate it if you're considering to get the game later on when it is more convenient for you. That's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Vasha. This has been a Tellplay listing video, and as always, stay safe, take care, and happy gaming.